Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another Fantom price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Fantom chart, which has continued to obey the Elliot structures. And before I start the video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And in this video I'll be giving you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, starting here on the 1 hour chart by first giving you a recap of what has been happening and also give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting, where you can see that Fantom, from this low that we made at around the $0.16 mark, we started a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures, having that as the first wave to the upside, making its peak at around the $0.26 mark. And after seeing the formation of that wave 1, we saw this ABC corrective structure completing the formation of that second wave, and that is so because a second wave is a corrective wave and we expected an ABC corrective structure to play out. And after seeing the formation of a second wave, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 in red, before we see a wave 4 then continue pushing even higher in the formation of this wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave contour to the upside. And getting into the details of the formation of this wave 3 so that it can give us the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, I can first sketch out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 using a trend-based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then drag the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upside at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.3478 mark, and that is the minimum that I was expecting this wave 3 to the upside to do. And you can see that just as I have said, Fantom has continued to obey the Elliot wave structures, and you can see we have fully maximized that target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 and made our high in the formation of that wave 3 at around the $0.35 mark. And having done so, then we can term this high as the high for that wave 3. And after seeing the formation of that wave 3, whatever we expect next here on the short-term scenarios is a retracement to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4. And you can also see that I have this Elliot wave structure right here in blue, which is a fractal wave within the formation of this wave 3 to the upside, and that is so because a wave 3 to the upside is an impulsive wave, and I also expected to see that that 5 wave structure to the upside, having the wave 5 completing the formation of that wave 3 and getting into the formation of this wave 4, which is now my primary scenario that I'm expecting to play out here on the Fantom chart. I can first sketch out a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4 using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the second wave to the high of that wave 3. And that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, which perfectly lies between the $0.27 mark and the $0.2564 mark. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting this wave 4 to the lower side to do before we see the low. And once we see the low, then we can expect another 5 wave structure to the upside in the formation of this wave 5, completing a higher Elliot wave contour to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting on the short-term scenarios. And in the formation of that wave 4, which is a corrective wave, I also expect to see an ABC corrective structure play out, having the wave C fully maximizing the formation, that is that target area down here in the formation of this wave 4, before we see that bounce to the upside in the formation of that wave 5. And before I get to the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, we can first take a look at the indicators here on the 1 hour chart, where you can see that on the RSI we are trading at around the 52 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the lower side and also to the upper side. And from the RSI, the move to the lower side in the formation of that wave 4 is fully supported. And also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and we're also seeing an increase in the selling momentum, meaning lower prices are still coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, whether we are going to see that wave 4 to the lower side before we see that bounce to the upside in the formation of that wave 5. And jumping to the daily chart to give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, we can first take a look at this chart pattern that I have here on the daily chart, which is a falling wedge that was supposed to give us a breakout to the upper side. And you can see we have seen the breakout to the upper side, and there are chances that in the retracement that we are seeing on the 1 hour chart in the formation of that wave 4 might be what will be giving us a retest of this upper trend line of this falling wedge. And once the the retest is in, then we can continue pushing even higher. And here on the daily chart, you can also see that we have this Elliot wave structure that I have in red, and this is what is going to give me the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, because from these low prices that we have been trading within here on the Fantom chart, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high at around the $3.5 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 1, before we saw this ABC corrective structure which took us back to around the $0.16 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 2. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, whatever we expect next is another 5-wave structure to the upside in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 3. And using the trend based Fibonacci, I have sketched out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 at the FIP level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $5.7395 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect that wave 3 to the upside to do, and that is my long-term scenario. And whatever I have shown you on the daily chart, on the 1 hour chart obeying the Elliot wave structures, that might be the start of the fractal waves that we expect in the formation of this wave 3, because over here in the formation of this wave 3, I expect a 5-wave structure to the upside, having the wave 5 completing the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.